In this video, I'm going to be talking about Michael Kors Very Hollywood, Michael Kors Gold, Caroline Herrera's CH, Juicy's Love, Peace, and Juicy Couture, Viva La Juicy, and Viva La Juicy La Fleur. Well, hello YouTube fam, this is Shantae Levette coming to you with video number 4, and the tip on this video I think is very important, so hopefully you'll stick around to hear it. So let's get started. The first perfume that I want to talk about is Michael Kors Very Hollywood. My bottle actually got dented on the top. I don't know how that happened. My honey got this one for me for a birthday present, and it was a surprise because I had never smelled this perfume before, and I do not like to just get things blindly because, like I said before, if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you to take it back. But he did such a wonderful job. The notes in this particular one is mandarin, iced bergamot, wet jasmine, I think this is lang lang, raspberry, my favorite gardenia, orris, creamy amber, white moss, and vetiver. I just love this fragrance. Of course, it has that gardenia base that I really smell, and I want to say I smell the vanilla and the amber in this particular one. I love Michael Kors. He has great style, handbags, perfumes, you know, the whole 9 yards with his empire. But definitely this is one that I would keep in my collection. Every time I wear this, I've gotten compliments on it. This one is a 3.4. Of course it comes smaller, but you know, I always say if you can get the biggest bang for your buck, go for the big bottle. And this is one that you can get it now discounted at different fragrance places, you know, Perfume Mania. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's one that I think is a very classy smelling perfume. The next perfume that I want to talk about is also by Michael Kors, and it is Michael Kors Gold. What I like about this one, this was one of his, I don't want to say I think it was a limited edition. You know, they always come out with, you know, these different editions where they add something to or take something away. This is just a very pretty floral. I would just wear it in the spring and summer. It does put me in the mind of the Calvin Klein's Beauty because it's a sweet floral. Some of the notes that's in the Michael Kors Gold is freesia, magnolia, violet, peppery peony, tuberose, and amber grease. Hopefully I said that right. But a really happy, light fragrance, cute bottle, you know, representing the gold. I like this perfume. Limited editions can be hard to come by, so if it's something that you like and it's a limited edition, I'd say stock up on it. This one, if it's available, I would keep this in my collection. I do like this one by Michael Kors. The next perfume that I want to talk about is Caroline Herrera's CH. And I have to say, you know, if anything happens to the bottles, I always, you know, want people to see, but my little leather band is kind of coming off. Good. But I just keep it tucked to the back. This particular perfume, it surprised me because I can't say that I like any of the Caroline Herrera's. I think they smell like something for a mature woman. But this one I liked, and when it dries down very pretty. Some of the notes that's in this perfume is the bergamot. I think I like that because I find it in a lot of the perfumes that I like. Orange, melon, rose, jasmine, praline. An interesting ingredient is cinnamon and woodsy notes. When I smell this perfume, I really don't smell like cinnamon. I don't really smell it. But what I do smell, to me, I smell the melon, and it comes off to me more cucumbery pear, like a pear. But I like how it smells when it dries down. It's very fresh. It's not by any means a floral. So if you're into florals, you may not like this one. I do like how this one smells. I usually wear this one in the spring and summer, and I think it's a good fragrance. You know, something that when you want to kind of get out of wearing the same thing. I think it is was still in the department stores, but check it out, you know, at some of the discount places. Maybe you can get it for cheap and try it out. This bottle is actually 3.4, so I do. Check it out. I like this one. The next one I want to talk about, which was a surprise to me. And I'm trying to get out of getting the same type of perfume, something that's sweet and floral, and I'm trying to get away from that. So I saw this one, which is Juicy Couture's Love, Peace, and Juicy Couture. Juicy always comes with it with the bottles. I mean, the decanter bottles, you can't go wrong. They always look pretty on the vanity. And I saw this one at one of our discount chains, i.e. Marshall's. The gift set with the lotion, shower gel, and the big bottle for $39. I couldn't resist it. I just couldn't pass it up. I had smelled this one a long time ago, and I said, well, for $39, I can give it away if I don't like it. And when I first smelled the perfume, I was like, let me tell you what's in it. It's hyacinth, lemon, cassis, red apple, honeysuckle, lime blossom, red poppy, magnolia, jasmine, orris root, patchouli, and musk. So it's a lot happening in this perfume. And when you first spray it, it's very loud. It's very citrusy, lemony. I don't really smell any of the blossoms when I spray it. And I was going to write this one off. I let it dry down and I smelt it on myself, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I said, oh wow, this is a really clean, something different. It's piney, lemony when it first comes off, but when it dries down to more of that patchouli, jasmine, I would say red poppy, that smell. You get more of the fruitiness or the sweetness when it dries down. So I think this one I think you would have to smell this one on yourself to know if you liked it or not. I think it'll be great for the summer, spring. It's fresh. It's something different than what I have, and now I'm glad that I have it. So check it out. Maybe you'll find a bottle too at a discount store. The next one that I want to talk about is, of course, so many women love this perfume. And I just happen to be one that also love this perfume. This is Juicy's Viva La Juicy, of course, in one of those beautiful bottles. But what's inside this perfume is wild berry, juicy mandarin, honeysuckle, gardenia, all my favorites, jasmine, amber, caramel, vanilla, sandalwood, and pralines. And let me tell you, I love this. And anytime I smell it on somebody, I love it. And I'm like, hey, you smell like me, or I smell like you. But this perfume is just beautiful. I think anybody can wear it. I love it in the summer, winter. I've worn it all year round. Beautiful bottle. Juicy Couture, definitely got this one right, and that's one I'll always have too. Now, I know some people are opposed to getting some of the other ones or having a perfume that, you know, when they just add something to it. But I really, really fell in love with this one that I'm going to talk about. And this is the Viva La Juicy La Fleur. And you know, I was reading up on it, and a lot of people saying, oh, I can't tell the difference. Some of the notes, or the notes that's actually in this one, is wild berry, mandarin, water lily, honeysuckle, gardenia, jasmine, vanilla, praline, caramel, and sandalwood. And the difference between the two is this one has added the water lily where it's not in the original, and pralines is in the original. Amber is also in the original Viva La Juicy. But with this one, it's just lighter. It's not as heavy as the Viva La Juicy. Of course, still in a gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. This was a pretty large size. This was 5 ounces because I think it's a toilet. But I tell you, I'm really glad that I got this one. I really would only wear this one in spring and summer. It's much lighter. Very pretty fragrance. If you don't want to go as heavy with the Viva La Juicy, this is a great alternative to give to someone. So, I'm going to conclude this video with my last and final tip. And who will I use? I'm going to use this one. My last tip for today is application. And that is, how do I apply my perfume? I keep my mom stock. She loves J'adore. And I tell you, she was using it like, it's a pretty expensive perfume, and every year she was just like running out. I'm like, Mama, what are you doing? And I asked her, I said, well, how do you put your perfume on? How do you apply it? And I'm telling you, she's just all over the place. I'm like, hey, lady, that is not how you put on perfume. Let me show you how you should apply your very expensive perfume. 3 squirts is usually all that you need. The first application should be somewhere in the wrist area. You don't want to put it on your hands, because if you're working and you're washing your hands a lot, you'll wash your perfume off. So typically I spray around in this region, and I do a good spray and I dab my wrists together. I don't rub, I just do a blot. Now I have it on 2 arms. The next place that I spray, I do a good spray right down in my bosom area. Your body heats up, you can smell it, someone else can smell it, and it's just a great place to put your perfume on. But try to do it before you put your clothes on, because you don't want to get any stains or anything on any of your clothes. My third spray, and I'll stand up for this, move my chair if you can see me, is in this area, above your knees, maybe mid-thigh. You don't want to go too high up. You might do something to some delicate places. But your thigh area is a good place for your third spray, especially if you have a dress on. That's all you need. Wrist, chest, and thigh. If you're overdoing it, I mean, you're coming in a room and you are assaulting somebody's olfactory senses. You want to enlighten their olfactory senses. You don't want to assault the senses. Now, if you are going out on a hot date, of course you want to spray a little bit more. You can do 5 applications. And if you're using a shower gel and lotion, 5 sprays is all you need. That's a lot. So, here are your 5 areas to spray. I spray again on my wrist. I dab. I spray on top of my hands, because usually you're not washing your hands too much if you're going out, maybe before you eat. And I dab my hands together. So now I have all of that fragrance moving around because I talk with my hands a lot. My third spray would still be in my bosom area, because hey, up close and personal. My fourth spray is down back before I put my clothes on. And I want to get a good spray so you can smell me from front to back. And my last spray, this is for hot dates, is in that thigh area, above the knee, mid to mid thigh. One good spray, if you can kind of press your thighs together, then bam. And you have your 5 sprays. You should last all night. And if you're spraying more perfume or cologne than that, you are like knocking people out. So, that's my 4th tip. Hopefully that will help you, even with the longevity of your perfume, to make sure that you're not using too much, where you can get the maximum sillage. And sillage is, how it comes off of your body, out of your perfumes. So, I have maybe a couple more videos. I know I definitely have one more tip for you. So please stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next video.